It's another Cyberpunk video because there's always something going on with Cyberpunk. As you can see, the scores for the game have come down significantly. If you remember, this, I think, was in the 80s before. I don't know why. People were giving it high reviews on consoles. The same with Xbox One, as you can see, is at a 55. The PC version has come down a little bit too. It now sits at an 87 based on 73 critics. It's also doing pretty bad with user scores. It's come up a little bit. 7.1's not bad, to be honest, but that is a far cry from what I'm sure they wanted this game to be. So there's two things to talk about when it comes to this trash fire of a game. And that's the new duplication glitch, which is pretty terrible. And the fact that there's a lot of talk of a class action lawsuit, and it kind of makes sense when you consider how misleading CD Projekt Red was. Now, I want to be fair. I've played a lot of this game. I've played about 15 hours of this game so far, and the game is actually good. The problem with this game is the bugs and the glitches are so bad. That's the main problem with this game. For the most part, the game is fun. The quests are fun. It could have been a really good game if it just ran well. If they had just released this game in February with all the stuff running good and this game optimized to run on the platforms it was on, this would have been a completely different story. We wouldn't even be talking about this game anymore because there would be nothing more to talk about, but there's always something. Like, this is bad. Duplication glitch. So if you're like me and you like to loot and pick up everything in the game to sell it because it's a good way to kind of game the economy, you can just go sell everything. Like, I pick up all the guns that I get from NPCs and I sell them and I make a lot of money doing that. I always do that in like every game that has an economy. And it takes me a while to think about doing this. So I'm just grabbing stuff. Like, I have a big save file. So I'm actually at risk of having this happen to me. Players have discovered that carrying around a large number of items in Cyberpunk 2077 can and will corrupt their save files, with some players having discovered this glitch the hard way while abusing a separate item duplication glitch. Open world games like Cyberpunk often have excess of spare items laying around, ranging from certain types of objects to cheese wheels, depending on what the world of the game demands. Once the main campaign is finished off and the credits roll, some players are like to find alternative ways to stay in the game they enjoyed, and some others like to collect some stuff. And basically, if you collect too much stuff and quickly fill up your inventories, thanks in part to a item duplication glitch, you can have your file corrupted. Now, I don't think that it's isolated to just that glitch. It seems to be if your save file gets to 8 megabytes in size, you can have this happen. So you can craft too many items, just pick up too many items, and it can corrupt. So until they fix this, and I'm sure they will, try to keep your save file down below 8 megabytes. So that's the big glitch going on. This is another terrible thing. The other thing is this, and this is the big part of this story. CD Projekt investors consider legal action over misleading information about Cyberpunk 2077. This is pretty bad because, I mean, what more can go wrong with this game? What more can go wrong with this game? On Friday, 2 prospective legal challenges came to light, one from Warsaw and one from New York, as reported by the New York Times. A Warsaw-based lawyer who also invested in CD Projekt announced a potential class action suit, asking other investors to come forward if they share the belief that they've been unduly affected by the suspension of the sale of Cyberpunk 2077 product, and believe the company made a misrepresentation to would-be investors in order to obtain financial benefits. And let's be honest, anybody that's followed the leak, I don't know if it was leaked or they just put it out there, the conference calls and the things they've said, they knowingly misled people. The entire release of this game was misleading. And it doesn't, you can like them, you can still like CD Projekt Red, and I still think they'll fix the game, but you cannot deny that they lied and they were misleading. They never shared any footage of the consoles. Nobody reviewed the console versions of this game. There was nothing about how this game looked. And it's right there in black and white with the way they were talking about this game. And I think that this would probably be a justified lawsuit. And I think if they got hit with this, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. And I think that they would probably be they would be able to win this case easily. That's just my opinion. I'm not a lawyer. I'm sure lawyers that have YouTube channels like Nick Rekieta will probably cover this because it's a hot topic, and maybe they can shed some more light on this. But in my opinion, I think that there likely will be a class action lawsuit, and they'll probably win it. I don't know how you get around that. They were for sure misleading and deceiving in the marketing of this game and in the press releases of this game. And, you know, what was it, back in January? I showed that article. They were saying that it runs just fine on base PS4 and Xbox Ones. They lied, and they knew it was bad. They didn't listen to the devs. They went on a very greedy way of releasing this game to try to get the most money they could before Christmas, and it's blown up in their face, and rightfully so. It should blow up in their face. They should lose a little bit of trust from consumers, and it's on them to gain that back, but they're going to have to pay. And I would not blame anybody that invested in this company that would want to get some of that money back. So we'll see what happens. This is definitely something to keep an eye on. There's been all kinds of shenanigans with this game, and I don't think it's going to I don't think that it's going to clear up anytime soon, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure that they have plenty of losses going on. The other one here is New York, USA has come forward and revealed it as it's from Wolf and Adler and Hertz, which is based in New York, USA. They've also come forward and revealed it's investigating claims that CD Projekt Red may have issued material misleading information to their shareholders and investing public. It is therefore asking for investors who purchase shares in CD Projekt SA and incurred losses to come to them for potential action. So 2 different lawsuits. We'll see what happens. Things just keep getting more interesting with this game. It's something to keep an eye on, though, for sure. What do you guys think? Do you think that this will likely, do you think these lawsuits will for sure happen? Do you think that they'll win? What are your thoughts? How do you feel about this game as a consumer? If you bought it, are you still having fun? Do you care about any of this? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you would, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Share the video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.